Okay, third time, maybe this time lucky. How to drill a borehole in sandy soil where your water table is not more than 30-35 meters deep. You can do it by hand. My brother wants to know as well. Tian, sorry it took me so long, but I did try before, but okay, let's try again. The first things you're going to need is 110 sleeves, 110 millimeter, 110 millimeter pipe. We cut it in 3 pieces, 2 meter pieces, makes up 3 pieces per 6 meter. That's it. And then we take this 2 meter piece, and now we want to go down into the ground with this and sleeve the hole as we go down. The big thing is we need to dig a hole in the ground that's bigger than the circumference of this pipe. So we want to make it a little bit bigger so the pipe can move up and down inside the hole all the time. And also we have to stump it from time to time to get the sand down into one place at the bottom to accumulate there so we can take it out on the inside. Right. First of all, we start by digging a hole, 1/2 meter to 1 meter deep, depending on your soil conditions, how big you can do. Put a plank around where you can stand on. The other thing you need is a tripod with a pulley at the top, or a tree, or whatever. So we can work through a pulley and a rope to work down this hole, and the assistant helping on the corda or on the rope or the black pipe. I'll show you later. Right, now the next thing we use to get the sand out of the inside of the pipe, this is a stainless steel 50 millimeters. The first thing I do on this pipe is about, what's it, 1.6 meters long or 1.8 meters, doesn't matter. You use what you like. I drilled a hole to the top here, so I can put a rope through here, and I can pull this thing up and down with a cord through the pulley on top. Now, this thing has got, this pipe on this side has got a slit in it. You'll see there's a cut in here and a cut on this side. I just took a grinder and cut a slit in both sides. Use a very strong pipe. This is stainless steel, but you can use mild steel, but just make sure the sides is a little thick. You do a 3 millimeter pipe or something. Okay, now we use this to get the sand out from the inside of this. Okay, so basically it's going to go down and again and again. It's full of sand. Okay, so to get it out, you'll see, just take a hammer and you knock it. So you knock it and it will come out. So basically, if you've got a hammer next to you, just pull out, knock the pipe, take the sand out, go down again, take out the sand in the inside till this pipe is basically down. The whole time you take out, after every 3rd or 4th time, you work this pipe up and down, turn it and ram it. Okay, now, what I haven't told you is, we use a gas flame and we flare this pipe. The first one that goes down the hole must be flared. Bigger than that, to make a bigger hole than the pipe circumference. How do we do that? We use a plate. We put it over the plate, heat it up a little bit. And then, like that, we heat it up. Put it onto this piece of wood I've got here. Ram it, turn it, and just open up the mouth, flare this pipe. By heating it up, it will flare, but don't overheat it. Okay, that is the first pipe that went down. So what happens is, now and then, after every 3rd or 4th time you take the sand out with a small 50 millimeter pipe, you pick this pipe up and down and ram it, turn it, so you make sure you shave the sides of the hole off into the middle so you can take that sand out as well. You keep on going like that. Right, now the 2 meter, you can use this joints that you buy in the shop. You can put them in, or what I did is I used the gas flame, heat the pipe up, one side, one pipe, then push another 2 meter piece in this pipe. Let's say we use this one. We heated this side up a little bit. You can flare it a little bit quickly. 5 millimeters, so the other pipe can fit in here. Push it in, 100 to 150 millimeters. That's good as new. That is as good as a joint. It's stronger than the one that you will buy in the shops. It's very strong. So just let it cool down, pull the pipe out. Do it with all your pipes. Well, do 5 or 6 of them, and then you go down. Then you start digging your hole, go down as you go. Take out the sand on the inside and keep on doing that till you reach the water table. Usually what happens is about a meter or half a meter above the water table, you will find that the sand doesn't stick into that 50 millimeter steel pipe anymore. It falls out. You just can't get it out. Okay, then you go over to step 2. It's a thing that I made. I call it, well, they call it a baler. It's a baler. This is a 70 or 75 millimeter PVC pipe. I drilled a hole in the top, put the flathead screw through it with a nut on this side, a lock nut on that side. I'll show you why now. Then I cut a groove in here and one on this side, smaller than a tennis ball. Okay, because I've used the tennis ball in the bottom. So this tennis ball mustn't come out of this slots here. It mustn't roll out of there. It's blocked inside. Okay, I put an end cap on the pipe, glued it in here properly. Make sure it's tight in there. I drilled a hole in the end cap, and with this tennis ball, I took a normal tennis ball, cut a small hole in it, put river sand inside of it, put a little drop of super glue, just close the tennis ball up again so you've got a very heavy tennis ball. I took some silicone rubber sealer and I smeared the whole tennis ball on the outside and let it dry, so it just seals off nicer at the bottom. So what happens is you've got a valve situation here. It works perfectly. This baler works. Okay, then I take a class 6 because it's a nice strong pipe, 25 millimeter class 6 pipe. I've got 30 meters or 50 meters of that, so I take the one end, drill a hole through the 25 mil pipe, right here, around here, put it in and put this bolt through it. So this is basically now my rope that I'm going to use to bail in the bottom of the hole. Okay, so now we take this, we put it down this hole till we hit the sand at the bottom. Because we are not in the water table, you take 20 liters of water, make it 10 liters for a start. Put 10 liters or 15 liters of water in the hole, down the pipe. Then there will be water on top. You push this thing through the pulley at the top, down the hole, and now you start bailing. You just ram this thing up and down, let's say between 10 and 15 times. That should be enough, but put some effort into it, no? Quick movements, and the sand will get stuck in the bottom of this pole. Your helper pull the pipe, and he pulls it out till you get to the top. You take it, you tip it over, you take the water out, and the sand. Shake out all the sand. Meanwhile, while you're doing this continuously, somebody must put some strain or weight on this pipe. Always, this pipe must have some pushing down force. Even if you tie half a bag of maize onto it, or stones or whatever, just as long as you've got weight on it. What I did was I put a strap around the pole, and on the other side I put a plank into it. So I can climb on top of this plank while I'm working. So my own weight is pushing this thing down. So you put water again, ram and take it out. Eventually you'll see you don't need to put water anymore, because then you are in the water table. This thing will move down very, very quickly. If you start ramming this thing, after the 10th shot, you'll find number 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, just keep on going. This pipe will move this fast. It will just go down quick. Okay. Now, one thing you have to remember, before you started using your baler, you got to a stage where the sand was too wet to take out. You pull all these pipes out, you turn it and you pull the whole thing out of this hole. If it's too deep to handle, cut the pipe off and pull out till you've got all the pipes out of the hole. In the bottom of this, you've got to buy the blue 110, I think it's 114 millimeter blue filter that you put in the bottom of a borehole. It's a filter. You buy these things. You can make some, but it's not easy. Buy one. They are about 2.8 meters long. So just heat up this thing again. Force that that filter in here. Make sure it's nice and snug and tight in here. Put glue on it, okay? And then leave that end of the filter open. It's open. Put the whole lot of pipes back into the hole, because this is the last time you're going to put the pipes back into it. Join your pipes again, push them down right to the bottom till where you start bailing now. Okay, then the filter is in the bottom. You're going to start bailing. This thing will go into the water table. Keep on going. As long as you can go into the water table, you'll see the sand is usually a very white, coarse river sand type of sand, and that's your water-bearing layer. Keep on going as deep as you can. Try and go 6-10 meters into it. I assume if you go 10 meters into that water table, it should be enough. But if you go down and you're 3 meters down and you see that the color of the soil is busy starting to change and it's coming a very fine sand, I would suggest that you stop. Just use that first 3 meters then. It should be enough. You're just going to choke your pump, so it pumps slower. That's it. Usually when the sand changes, the red sand, it becomes red, fine sand, or black clay soil, there's no water in that. You need white sand to keep. That's your water table. So if you drill deeper, you're going to put your filter into a clay soil table, or a red sand where there's no water, so that doesn't help. So when you hit different soil, stop. That's it. Okay, that is basically then, pull your bailer out, put your submersible pump in the hole, start pumping. When you pump this water, you have to run it for 8 hours for the first day. Listen, if it sucks air, you have to have a tap in line somewhere on your pipe. Choke it, close it, till it doesn't suck air anymore. Even if you only get 1,000 liters per hour out of your hole and it doesn't suck air, then it's fine. What it boils down is this submersible pumps. If you choke it, it pumps slower water, obviously, because you're choking it, but it also uses less power. So pro rata ratio-wise, it's still in the same thing. Okay, so just choke it. Believe me, go read it up. You'll see it is true. Then find your happy spot. A 0.5 kilowatt thing at about 20 meters will give you 3,500 liters per hour. I had to choke mine to 2,000 liters per hour, because after that it starts sucking air, because I only got 3 meter water table where I drill my hole. Okay, if you go down 6 and more, hey, you're in the pound seats. Maybe, if you know you've got a lot, you can take a chance and put 2 filters in the front, screw into each other and put it to the bottom if you want to. I don't know, it's up to you. Happy drilling, get some water. Bye.